children of Egypt perform tricks like this? What are you trying to prove?
The next part of our Seder is called Yachatz. Yachatz means to break off, to divide up. What does that mean? It goes like this. We have, as we mentioned, 3 matzot, okay? 2 of these matzot are for the regular hamotzi that we make, even on every Shabbat, regular Shabbat, we usually use 2 breads, 2 whole breads, and hence we have 2 breads. Now the third matzah is like this. For Yachatz, we take the middle matzah, like this, and we break it. We try to make one piece bigger than the other, like this. Yeah, not bad, good job. And what you do is you save the bigger one for afikoman. What do you do with it? You give it to one of the children, or you just put it aside. You wrap it in a cloth, or if there's a bag, you wrap it in there and you set it aside for after the meal. At the end of the meal, you will have this matzah. This other matzah, this little broken piece of matzah, is to stick under between your matzot again, and the idea is that you want to show that our forefathers in Egypt, they had lechem oni. Lechem oni means the bread of poverty. They were poor, they were downtrodden, they were oppressed, and they were not even given a full loaf of bread. They were given small part of bread, and that's lechem oni, the bread of poverty. After Yachatz, it comes the major part of the Seder, which is called Magid. Magid means to say over. The Torah tells us, you have to tell over your child on that day. And how do we do this? We have to first encourage them to ask questions. And doing that starts off with Ha-lachma anya. First, we have to announce that this is the bread of poverty. This broken piece of matzah is a bread of poverty that our forefathers ate in Egypt. This is an announcement that we make. And then, by the way, every time you don't have a cup or you're not holding a cup, your matzah should be uncovered. You just leave it uncovered so that people, the children and everyone around should be able to look at the matzah. Every time you want to hold the cup, what do? You just cover your matzah. So now is the time that we say Ma nishtana. Ma nishtana is basically 4 questions that our children ask. Or if there's no children, anyone could ask these questions. The questions is, how is tonight different than every other night? We are doing certain strange things. We're dipping things into vinegar, we're dipping things into the charoset, and we're eating matzah, we're not eating bread, and we are leaning, and we never do these things, and also we are eating only bitter herbs. So there are 4 different types of questions. We say Ma nishtana, then we start trying to giving an answer to these questions. The answer to these questions starts with an introduction of how we were enslaved in Egypt by Pharaoh, and then we say Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, God took us out of Egypt, and even if we know everything, we still have an obligation to speak about and to tell over the story of what occurred at the Exodus. It is suggested, if anyone could and everyone should, prepare yourself from before Pesach in the understanding of the Haggadah, in the understanding of its meaning, and in the understanding of the commentaries on the Haggadah. When you come into the Seder night, it is a lot more pleasant when you are prepared, you know what you're talking about, everybody's going to say, whoa, this guy knows what he's saying, and besides, you are going to feel much better when you understand what it is that you're doing. So we read the Haggadah. Our custom, us Persians, there is a few sections in the reading of the Haggadah where we lift our cup. One is we say Vehi she'amda, that means Hashem stood on our side. So then at that point in time we cover the matzah we hold the cup of wine and we say Vehi she'amda la'avotenu velanu. There's a sentence that we read, we put it back down after we're done with that sentence, and then we again uncover the matzah, and then we move on to explain all those verses that the Haggadah brings down. Once we're done with that, we're going to say the 10 plagues that God did. The custom is that every time you mention any of the plagues, you just drop a drop of your wine into a plate. So you say like dam, tzefardea, kinim. So every time you do that, you just drop a little drop of wine as a resemblance of how God did what He did to the Egyptians. We pour the drops of wine by the 10 plagues, and also by there are 3 words. One is it's the dam, va'esh, v'timrot ashan. We drop the wine a little bit, and then when we mention dam, tzefardea, the blood, all the 10 plagues that they were brought to the Egyptians, and then again when it says the tzach adash ba'achav, altogether it adds up to 16 times that we drop the wine, and that is what we do. After that, we start mentioning how grateful we are to God. And us Persians, thank God, we have a custom of dayenu, where we take scallions, belts, or any weapon that comes at your disposal, and we start hitting each other. No, I'm just joking. Actually, we do use scallions, and it's a great way of waking up the children, waking up everybody else to get into the action and to become more relaxed as the Seder goes on. But we do need to remember that this night is a very extremely holy night, and we are doing something really special, and we should, everyone should, men, women, children, everyone should really read the Haggadah. Even if you read it in English, it is good, it is recommended. Please do sit down and read as much of the Haggadah as you can. That would be great.